Welcome to the Englishstorywell channel, your ultimate destination for captivating stories that enhance your English learning journey. Here, we believe that stories are not just a form of entertainment, but a powerful tool to improve your language skills. Let's go to started.
Welcome back to Learn English Through Story. Today, we're diving into an exciting Level 5 adventure, The Secret of the Sapphire Serpent. This story is crafted for intermediate to advanced learners, packed with rich vocabulary, complex grammar, and a thrilling plot. Get ready to sharpen your listening skills, expand your vocabulary, and boost your English comprehension. Remember, language learning is an adventure, so let's begin. The Royal Museum of Antiquities buzzed with excitement. Tonight was the grand unveiling of their newest acquisition, the Sapphire Serpent, a priceless artifact rumored to hold ancient secrets. Dr. Evelyn Hayes, the museum's renowned curator and a specialist in ancient civilizations, felt a thrill of anticipation. This was the culmination of years of research and negotiation. As the guests arrived, dressed in their finest attire, Dr. Hayes meticulously checked the display case. The Sapphire Serpent, nestled on a bed of velvet, shimmered under the spotlights. Its intricate carvings depicted mythical creatures and symbols that had baffled scholars for centuries. But as the clock struck 7 and the unveiling ceremony was about to begin, disaster struck. The display case was empty. The Sapphire Serpent had vanished. Detective Inspector Thomas Ashton, a seasoned investigator with a reputation for solving complex cases, arrived at the museum. The atmosphere was thick with tension. Dr. Hayes was distraught, her reputation hanging by a thread. "Dr. Hayes," Ashton began, "can you tell me who had access to the serpent?" "Only a select few," she replied, her voice trembling. "My assistant, Mr. Finch, who's been with me for years, the security team, and of course, myself." Ashton began his interviews. Mr. Finch, a nervous man with spectacles perched on his nose, seemed genuinely shocked. He swore he hadn't seen anything suspicious. The head of security confirmed that the alarm system was functioning perfectly. No forced entry was detected. Days before the unveiling, Dr. Hayes and Mr. Finch had discussed the security arrangements. "The serpent is priceless, Finch," Dr. Hayes had emphasized. "We need to take every precaution." Finch had assured her that the museum's security was state-of-the-art. But he had also mentioned a recent string of thefts targeting valuable artifacts in other museums. He had suggested hiring additional security personnel, but budget constraints had prevented it. Ashton examined the empty display case. There was no sign of forced entry. The lock was intact. But then he noticed something peculiar. A small, rolled-up piece of paper was tucked inside the case, almost hidden from view. He carefully unfolded it. It was a handwritten note, containing a single line of text. "The serpent's scales hide the key." Ashton felt a surge of excitement. This was the first real clue. What did it mean? The serpent's scales hide the key. Was it a riddle? A metaphor? Ashton spent hours in the museum's archives, researching the Sapphire Serpent and its history. He learned about the ancient civilization that had created it, their beliefs, their rituals, and their intricate symbolism. He discovered that the serpent was not just a beautiful object. It was a representation of a powerful deity, believed to hold the key to knowledge and wisdom. The scales of the serpent were said to represent the different stages of enlightenment. Ashton studied a high-resolution photograph of the serpent. He noticed that one of the scales, near the serpent's head, looked slightly different from the others. It was slightly raised, as if it could be opened. He returned to the museum and carefully examined the serpent, which had been moved to a secure vault. Using a delicate tool, he gently pressed on the raised scale. It clicked open, revealing a small hidden compartment. Inside the compartment, he found a tiny, intricately carved key. Ashton showed the key to Dr. Hayes. "This must unlock something," he said. "But what?" Dr. Hayes remembered a secret library, hidden behind a false wall in the museum's old wing. It was a place where the museum kept its most valuable and sensitive documents. They went to the old wing and, using the key, opened the secret library. Inside, they found shelves filled with ancient texts, maps, and scrolls. Ashton and Dr. Hayes began searching through the documents. They discovered a hidden map, marked with a series of symbols that matched those on the Sapphire Serpent. The map led to a secret chamber, located beneath the museum. They followed the map and found the chamber. Inside, they found the Sapphire Serpent, along with a collection of other stolen artifacts. Standing beside them was Mr. Finch. Finch confessed that he had been planning the theft for months. He had discovered the secret chamber and the map years ago, while working as a junior archivist at the museum. He had been waiting for the right opportunity to steal the artifacts and sell them on the black market. "I needed the money," Finch explained. "I had gambling debts, and I was desperate." Finch was arrested, and the stolen artifacts were recovered. The Sapphire Serpent was returned to its display case, and the museum's reputation was restored. Dr. Hayes was grateful to Ashton for solving the mystery. "You've saved the museum," she said, "and you've preserved a piece of history." The museum reopened to the public, and the Sapphire Serpent once again shimmered under the spotlights. Its secrets, though partially revealed, still held an air of mystery, captivating visitors from around the world. And that brings us to the end of The Secret of the Sapphire Serpent. We hope you enjoyed this thrilling adventure and learned some new English vocabulary along the way. Remember to practice your listening skills, and don't forget to subscribe for more exciting stories. What did you think of the mystery? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, happy learning! This video offers an engaging and effective way to learn English through storytelling. Designed specifically for intermediate to advanced learners level 5, this story is rich in vocabulary, complex sentence structures, and exciting plot twists. We believe that learning a language should be an enjoyable experience, and what better way to immerse yourself than through a compelling narrative? So, grab your headphones, settle in, and prepare to be transported to a world of glittering jewels, hidden clues, and unexpected turns, all while you enhance your English proficiency. Why learn English through stories? Learning a new language can sometimes feel like a daunting task, filled with endless grammar rules and vocabulary lists. However, stories offer a refreshing and highly effective alternative. They provide context, make learning enjoyable, and help you naturally absorb the language. Here's why learning English through stories is a fantastic approach. Contextual learning. Stories provide a natural context for new words and grammatical structures. Instead of memorizing isolated words, you see them in action, within a meaningful narrative. This makes it much easier to understand their meaning and usage. Engaging and motivating. A well-crafted story captures your attention and keeps you hooked. This makes the learning process more enjoyable and motivates you to continue. You're not just studying, you're experiencing a story. Improved vocabulary. Stories expose you to a wide range of vocabulary, often beyond what you would find in a typical textbook. You'll encounter new words and phrases in a natural setting, which helps you remember them more easily. This Level 5 story will introduce you to more nuanced and sophisticated vocabulary. Enhanced grammar. As you listen to or read stories, you'll subconsciously absorb the rules of grammar. You'll see how sentences are structured and how different parts of speech work together. This implicit learning is highly effective. Level 5 stories often utilize more complex grammatical structures, helping you to refine your understanding. Better pronunciation. Listening to stories read aloud by native English speakers helps you improve your pronunciation. You can hear how words are pronounced correctly and practice repeating them. Pay attention to the rhythm and intonation of the language. Increased comprehension. Stories help you develop your listening and reading comprehension skills. You'll learn to understand the meaning of what you hear and read, even if you don't know every single word. Level 5 stories often present more complex ideas and require you to draw inferences. Cultural insights. Stories often reflect the culture of the language being learned. They can give you valuable insights into the customs, traditions, and values of English-speaking countries. While fictional, this story touches upon aspects of high society and the world of art and antiques.